The daily practice that builds inner strength. Inner strength is not something you discover in a single moment. It is not revealed during comfort, success, or certainty. It is trained, quietly, repeatedly, every single day. Most people wait for motivation before they act, but strength does not come from motivation, it comes from practice. Each morning, before the world demands your attention, there is a choice. You can react automatically, or you can prepare deliberately. The Stoics understood this deeply. They believed that the mind, like the body, is shaped by repetition. What you rehearse internally becomes who you are externally. Strength begins with stillness. Not silence for escape, but silence for clarity. When the mind is calm, it becomes observant. When it is observant, it becomes disciplined. And when it is disciplined, it becomes unshakable. This is why the practice must be daily, not intense, not dramatic, consistent. Each day you return to the same principles. You remind yourself what is within your control and what is not. You release the need to manage outcomes. You reclaim responsibility for your judgments, your actions, your responses. Repetition builds resilience, not because life becomes easier, but because your reactions become stronger. The world will test you, it always does. Plans will fail, people will disappoint, time will pass without permission. But the prepared mind does not panic, it adjusts. Like sand falling through an hourglass, moments are always slipping away. You cannot stop the flow, you cannot slow it down, but you can decide how you meet each moment as it arrives. Daily practice is not about controlling life, it is about training your relationship to life. Each repetition strengthens the inner structure. Each return to calm reinforces stability. Each conscious response replaces impulse. This is how the ordinary becomes powerful, not through force, but through alignment. When the mind is prepared, chaos loses its authority. When expectations loosen, clarity expands. When calm becomes habitual, strength follows naturally. You do not rise to the level of your goals, you fall to the level of your training. And inner strength is trained the same way every day, with calm, with repetition, with awareness. This is the practice, and practiced daily, it builds a mind that cannot be shaken.
And as the days accumulate, the practice begins to shape you in ways you don't immediately notice. It works quietly, like water smoothing stone. You wake up one morning and realize you're carrying yourself differently, not with arrogance, but with a grounded steadiness that wasn't there before. Daily training does this. It builds a mind that can hold its center even when the world tilts. Think of the person who starts each day by reviewing their intentions. They walk into meetings with clarity instead of tension. They navigate conflict with a cooler head. They make decisions from principle rather than pressure. Or the parent who pauses before reacting to a child's frustration. Their patience becomes a model. Their calm becomes a refuge. Their consistency becomes a lesson that lasts longer than any lecture. Or the athlete who visualizes their performance before stepping onto the field. Their body follows the script their mind has rehearsed. Their confidence is not bravado, it is familiarity with the moment. Or the entrepreneur who begins the morning by listing what they can influence. They stop wasting energy on what they cannot. Their focus sharpens, their progress compounds. These are ordinary people doing ordinary things, but their discipline elevates them. Inner strength grows through these small, deliberate acts. A moment of reflection before speaking. a breath before responding, a reminder of values before making a choice, a return to perspective when emotions swell. Some days the practice feels natural, other days it feels like lifting a weight you'd rather set down. But those difficult days are the ones that carve depth into your character. They teach you to show up even when enthusiasm is absent. They teach you that discipline is a promise you keep with yourself. And slowly, the practice becomes part of your identity. You begin to trust yourself more. You begin to rely on your own steadiness. You begin to recognize that strength is not a performance, it is a habit. You notice that challenges no longer pull you off balance so easily. A delay doesn't derail you. A criticism doesn't define you. A setback doesn't convince you to quit. You start to see life as a series of moments to meet, rather than obstacles to fear. Each moment becomes an opportunity to apply what you've trained. Patience here, courage there, restraint when needed, action when required. This is how resilience is built, through repetition that becomes instinct. Consider the musician who practices scales long before performing on stage. Their fingers move with ease because they've moved that way 1,000 times. Or the pilot who rehearses emergency procedures repeatedly. When the unexpected happens, they respond with clarity instead of panic. Or the monk who sits in meditation each dawn. Their stillness becomes a sanctuary they can return to anywhere, anytime. These examples are reminders. Excellence is not an event, it is a pattern. And inner strength follows the same pattern. It grows through the choices you make when no one is watching. It grows through the thoughts you challenge, the impulses you refine, the values you return to again and again. Eventually, the practice becomes a quiet companion. It steadies you when emotions surge. It guides you when uncertainty rises. It anchors you when life becomes loud. You begin to realize that strength is not about being untouched by difficulty. It is about being prepared for it. It is about meeting each moment with the best of yourself, even when the moment is inconvenient, uncomfortable, or unclear. This is the essence of daily training. It builds a mind that can adapt without losing direction, a mind that can feel deeply without being overwhelmed, a mind that can act decisively without being reckless. And over time, this trained mind becomes your greatest ally. It helps you navigate pressure with composure. It helps you endure setbacks with dignity. It helps you pursue your goals with consistency. Inner strength is not a gift, it is a craft, and every day offers another chance to refine it, through practice, through awareness, through deliberate repetition. This is the work, and when done daily, it shapes a person who moves through life with quiet power, steady, centered, and unshakable.